Hello, it's Danielle with Soft Healing by Danielle, and I just thought I would do a little sew with me. I just set my timer for 30 minutes, and I'm just gonna work on this and chat a little bit. This is going to be a cover for my writing tablet. Let's see. Trying to move this a little bit. So what I did is I got some shipping paper. This is from Amazon, shipping paper. And I traced my tablet. I added a whole inch because I'm hand sewing and I'm just erring on that side. So I added a whole inch around for seam allowance and quilting and whatnot. And then I just kind of free-handed this little flap. So what's gonna happen is this will be the back and it'll go like this. And then the second panel will just be a rectangle like that. Does that make sense? So this was my template, and I cut out a piece of wadding and an old sheet. And then I did the same thing for the other side, the other rectangle. And I'm doing this in a wonky order because that's just how I am. But I did these little patchworks in sections. So this was one section I did one day. I did this little section another day. I did this log cabin more than a year ago. I just made a bunch, and I think this is the last one I have to use in a project. So I'm kind of just putting these together by hand and then putting each section together and then sewing them to the wadding and the backing fabric. And I'm piecing just with some cotton thread. This was an antique, really cool. How I test these is I try to break them. Some antique thread breaks really easily, but this one is really great. And I think it's all cotton, which is awesome. And then to quilt the white, I'm loving just DMC pearl. It's not divisible, it's just one strand, but really thick. I love the denim with the blue, or the blue denim with the white stitching. So this will be squared off. We're gonna lose some of this pretty thing, but what I'm gonna work on now is some other pieces to put here eventually. And yeah, then I just have this whole other side to do. However, I kind of have a plan to make this part easier. I have some big denim pieces that's gonna make it a lot quicker. And then eventually I'll put it all together. But I'm gonna get a cup of tea or something and sit down and get piecing for this flap. Okay. So this is another one I put together recently. I really like how this turned out. And so I think that's gonna fit really nicely. It's gonna cover about 70% of this flap, but I'm gonna try to work on this section and then I'll sew it all together. So I'm gonna put this aside and kind of show you how I do these wonky, I guess, like, I don't know what to call it. Whoops, intuitive quilting. I just kind of let the fabric tell me where it wants to go. That's kind of how I look at it. I only use old fabric. This angel on Facebook Marketplace, I'm getting the right needle. I don't think this is the right one I want. I'm really liking sharp needles right now. I hope my nose isn't poking through. Nope. Okay. This angel on Facebook Marketplace, like a year and a half ago now, or maybe, I don't know, about a year ago, gave me about 30 pounds of denim for free, and just beautiful, beautiful denim. And I've been, I don't know, I've made a lot of stuff. I've been sewing with this almost daily since she gave it to me. I'm so appreciative. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. Well, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna take apart old jeans. But it'll be really something when I use the last of that. I thought about like reaching out to her somehow and just saying, I'm so grateful this denim changed my life. Okay, so I kind of want to start with bigger pieces. Let's do these two. They're pretty similar in length, and I want to pick which side I want to be showing. So I like this side. Oh, this is very different. I love this. I've worked with this one a lot. I like both of them, but I'm gonna go with this one. And we're gonna put right sides together. So I'm just gonna put one right on top of the other. And then I'm gonna sew right across here. I think I probably sew with about between 1/4 and 1/8 of a seam. The nice thing about hand sewing, I don't know, my knot went right through. The nice thing about hand sewing to me is you just like, as long as you're consistent, it's fine. I like hand sewing because I just do what I want. There's not a lot of rules in my sewing. I do a little back stitch, which just means I go backwards. And then I just kind of straight stitch across. I like to do a couple and pull through. And then I do sometimes throw in a back stitch here and there. More out of habit. This is, you know, it's all gonna get quilted down and it's gonna get a lot of wear and tear, but not the kind where seams would be ripped apart easily. So it's more just like a habit of just taking a little back stitch. And what that does is if it gets ripped apart, it's only gonna unravel until it hits one of those back stitches, and that's probably gonna stop it. Oops, I'm kind of going off. That's okay. Okay. And then I always do 1 or 2 back stitches just to end it. Get my scissors. And snip. Okay, and I just finger press and I went in a crooked line. That's fine, I like that. I really like, actually, I do. I really like those colors together. So now I'm gonna find another scrap that's probably around the same length. I'm gonna keep building it this way because that's what I feel like right now, not because that's what you need to do. I like this side, and I'm gonna put it a little lower. This fringe is pretty much worthless. The needle's just gonna go through, but I'm just gonna keep it there. I'm gonna sew right here. Am I in frame? I'm gonna sew right here, and we're gonna open up like that. And then I might cut these ends sometime, or I might not. And this is gonna be like a really bulky cover because denim, oops, I didn't knot it. Denim is bulky, and there's a layer of wadding and another sheet. And these seams add another layer to the textile, which I like. I love fiber art for how it feels, and especially how it feels when you create it. Like right now, this is my prayer. This is my quiet time. Feeling the sharp needle pull the thread through the denim is my prayer. So here we go. was using this black cotton thread on this one and I lost it yesterday. I heard it fall off the bed. I was sewing in bed last night and I heard it roll away and I can't find it. So I grabbed this. I've been loving this and I love these wooden spools, and I do something fun with these, which I guess we don't need to muddle this more, but they're so beautiful. Okay, that's enough. Snip. I'm gonna knot this ahead of time because I keep forgetting. Let's see, I think I'm gonna put this up right away. So it's Tuesday, June 3rd? 2nd? I think it's the 3rd. That's pretty. So we'll see. I'm either gonna keep going this way, but eventually I'll probably start building it that way. It just depends on what I have available. Like this long skinny one, I'm probably gonna end up cutting this into thirds. So this one, you know, that's about the right side this way, so we could start building it that way. You see? And I just kind of want to think about how it's all gonna fit. So maybe we don't need to go much thicker, especially up here. I think we should go one more this way. So I want to find something around this length. Here's one. Oh, look at, what is this for? I can't remember, a Dresden plate. So I don't want that to show. So that's going to be the wrong side and this is going to be the right side. So I'm going to put the right side, and do I want it here or here? I'm going to do it here. I think it's easier when I piece this to the next piece to have these thicker strips on the ends. Just from experience, it's a little more fiddly to deal with something thin like that, but totally doable. Okay, so put these together, and you can totally pin, which I recommend if you're a beginner. Just helps you feel more secure. You can like pin as you go, and then as you sew, you take the pins out. So I'm going to do a back stitch here. Okay. I just love denim. It gets thick though. I'm having to wear a thimble working on this because it's just a lot of layers. I don't like working with thimbles, but I like having blisters less, so I will do it. Take that out. I think if you do work with pins or multiple needles, just make yourself a rule, especially if you have kids or pets. Just always put it away. I keep them on this thing, and I just, every time I take one out, I put it right away. And I love sewing at like coffee shops too, and helps me feel more confident that I'm knowing where everything is and respecting my environment. Okay. Oh man, this is getting thick already. Do a little back stitch, which just means I go backwards. And it's just harder to unravel when you do that. That's all it is. It's like a knot without tying a knot, which isn't a knot. It's a back stitch. Oh, Danielle. Okay, I love it. Oh man, I really, really love it. Okay. I don't want to confuse you because and this camera isn't set up the best. Okay, so what we're trying to cover up this white. And we need some extra, but not too much. I don't want to have to cut my work I've done. Most people would like do this whole denim in one piece and then quilt it on here, but I don't know. I never do things the right way because it's usually my first time doing something like it. And ooh, that could fit like here. And then go in here. And then maybe I could just like, bada boop. We're almost there. I think I'm gonna sew this onto here, which is gonna be a little weird. Like I said, you won't usually do it this way. So I want to sew this right side with this right side. And it doesn't matter too much, but I'm gonna try to only sew into this denim. I have just a little bit of seam I left to myself. I might rip this gold part out. Open it up a little for me. Oh, does that even do anything? I don't know if that was even in the wadding. I don't think Americans call this wadding, and I'm from Minnesota. I learned to sew from a woman from the UK on YouTube. I'll link her below. So that's why I say it that way. Isn't that funny? Okay, what is it called? Wadding. In the comments, yell at me what we're supposed to call it. What is it? There's a little mistake here. This seam's coming out. This is the black thread I was talking about. So I'm probably just gonna like do that, and when I'm sewing the white stuff, just kind of fix it then. That's the other reason I love this. It's just scraps and it's hand sewing. It's just like you make it work. I love this black, and I don't know if I want this up here or down here. I think up here. I like how there's these hints of black. I think maybe put something down here, and I think it's pretty well balanced. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna sew this to here. And I'm gonna try to just sew in the denim, and then we're gonna flip it. And then eventually I'm going to take this white thread, and that's gonna go through at least 3, sometimes multiple denim layers. Does that make sense? I don't know. Because you are not next to me. Where did that needle go? Okay. So here we go. This might be a good one to pin. Because it is going to be really fiddly, isn't it? You know, I'm going to take out this white. I'm going to take out more. I don't think this gold thread was really holding it. I think that gold thread is from when I originally pieced this together more than a year ago. I want this out. There we go. Is this stressing anyone out? I think that's better. Okay. Didn't I just tell you I was so careful with pins? I'm pretty sure I just lost that one. Huh. What a poser. Okay. So I want it like this. So we're gonna go like this and we're gonna sew these pieces of denim together like so. The other panel, which is the same without this flap, I have like 4 larger pieces of denim that I've already done. Oh gosh, I almost said a swear word. My thread came out. So that part's gonna be a lot more easy. That part's gonna be easier. Come on, Danielle. It's one of those days. I'm having a week, you guys. I really am. Okay. I feel like I'm just gonna do it again. Okay, this isn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be. And those stitches I came out, they weren't even really needed. They are more basting stitches. Well, some of them were needed, but we're just gonna do it again, and it's no big deal. Okay, almost to the end of this, and my thread. It's either gonna work out or be super irritating to me. How much do I have left? Oh, I'm kind of done. Bada boom. I'm gonna do a little back stitch without losing my thread and needle. Oh, I lost it. We don't care. It's fine. Okay, let's see. Oh, I found the pin. I'm still responsible. Okay, let's see how this is gonna work. Oh, very cool. Very cool, I'm so happy. Okay. Okay, and then again, I'm gonna take the white thread and go through all the layers. And I'm just liking to do running stitch, just also intuitive. I'm probably just gonna outline these shapes and maybe like go in and like spiral inwards. Yeah, I'm loving this one. Okay, so this is the one we did together. Can you still see? And we're gonna figure out eventually, I think it's gonna go like this. Maybe like that. So I think I'm gonna do this side first because there's a little, it's already needing a little extra care. So it's always best, I think, to do the hardest one first. So we're gonna line it up how we eventually want it, like orient it. And I think I like it like this a lot better. And then now we need to seam it. So we're gonna go like this. And we're gonna sew just like we did before, but it's a little more, it's more finicky because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 seams here. We're doing, and then we have 4 seams here. Like this is just gonna be, it's gonna be weird and finicky. Whereas here, it was just 2 seams, 2 straight seams. How do I want this? I think I like it like that, right? Okay, so I'm gonna flip it like this. And I think I'm just gonna line up the 2 ends. Oh, we need more thread. I've always been told I hold the spool at my heart and I extend my arm out to the side from heart, arm lengths out, and that's how much thread you need. I guess because like that's how you pull it, you know? Oops, I think I switched needles. I have a bad feeling about this needle. I think it's my nemesis. There's one dull needle that I need to get rid of or sharpen. Can you sharpen needles? I think you can. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So like for the 10th time explaining this part, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna line up these edges, this corner edge, and I'm trying to just sew the denim, and then we'll quilt it all to the backing. And it wouldn't matter. Well, it's more flexible this way. It gives me more flexibility to move things. Okay, so I want to be aware of this little mistake here. And there's a chance we're not going to fix that mistake in this sewing. It might still be there and we'll patch it up later. Okay. So let's see. It's kind of just like figure it out. Because these seams are not going to match up like traditional patchwork. If you are like a sewist or like a real quilter, probably not your jam. I'm trying to like get these seams to like each other. Okay, I just shot over to this side of the seam. Oh, gotta make sure I get this denim. Okay, this is so chaotic, but maybe this will show you like, that's kind of how it is sometimes. I really stopped myself from getting into sewing for like ever because I'm not a very precise person. Like measuring 16th inches, that stresses me out. Like just saying that stressed my body out. And I thought you had to do that to sew anything. I thought you just like had to love being precise. And sometimes I like being precise, but mainly I just like to be kind of wild. But I found out like you can just do whatever you want to do. I didn't know that until I turned 40. That you like could just do what you want to do. I'm taking a conservative seam because I feel like I'm missing some fabric, so I went down a couple centimeters. Okay. So I want this guy to be here. I don't think we're gonna fix that hole in this run. It's also a little hard, I have to say, with this light and this like knowing I'm being recorded. It's kind of a lot. Okay, I'm just gonna come through this seam. The back door, it's never gonna be seen. Okay guys, this is like wonky. And this is the needle I don't like. It's just dull. Can you tell? It's just blunt. Okay. I'm gonna just shoot over this little seam, this little excess. And I just kind of want to do that. See, I can shift it because it's only sewn down on the denim. It's much easier to really shift it how we want it before we sew it all down. Okay. A little scared for this reveal. That was a little scary, not gonna lie. But let's see how it goes. Bada boom. Cute. Not bad. So we'll fix this eventually. It'll be easy. See? Ooh. Okay. Awesome. Well, my timer went off, so I think I'll just tell you quickly what I plan to do next is fold this in. I mean, I definitely have raw edges, and maybe I'll just leave it, but I'm probably gonna try to sew it here to here. Like even like, I'm gonna go like this and put these right sides together. Are you with me? So that when it opens, it's gonna just have this nice clean seam. Bada boom. And then I have such a small part left, so this is just gonna be a breeze. I'm just gonna probably get a bigger piece of denim and do the same thing. Bada boom, bada beam. That is called Danielle talk. And then I'm gonna get the white and quilt, and I'm so excited to square this off when I rotary cut, and it's gonna look like all square. And then I have to do the second panel, sew it together, and I'm so excited. I lost my last cover and I miss it so much. So thank you so much for watching. If yeah, maybe I'll do a part 2. Otherwise, have a great day. Check out my Etsy shop. I'd really appreciate it just to get my traffic up. So check out my links. I'm on Instagram. Have a great day. Bye.